Hello my beautiful fragrance family, Dustin here, Fragrance Fan. Go ahead and do me a solid and click that like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification, and I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews, $40-ish, $90 range. Most of these are a lot less than that. And a good number of these you can pick up at your local rack store. The one I'm talking about today, the two actually, are much under $40. So the one in specific that I'm going to be trying to focus on a little bit is not really listed in a lot of places for Grantica, Parfuma.net, and it's been boarding the hype train quite heavily. I'm talking about Maison Alhambras. Yeah. Obviously, this is a clone of Yves Saint Laurent, if you couldn't tell by the bottle itself. In the fragrance community, well known that this thing is a YSLY clone. The cap is metal and quite heavy. It's not really snug. It'll just come right off if you try to pick it up by the cap. Feels good in the hand. Nice, clean presentation. Atomizer is fairly good. So, this is a clone of YSLY, but Maison Alhambra is a sister company of Lattafa. Kind of like GMC and Chevy, you know, it's the same thing, but this is a clone of YSLY. Also, Lattafa has a clone of YSLY. So which one is actually better? I've been spending some time with this thing for the past 3 days, just sun up to sundown, every activity, just wearing this thing, spraying it heavy, spraying it light, just doing what I can to get to know this thing and pump this video out as quick as possible and as accurately as possible. So, since there's no real notes listed on this thing, I can tell you the difference between this one and this one. This one kind of focuses more on the citruses up top. I almost get like a lemon or like a salty lime. There's also a good dose of some green apple in this thing. The main difference between this and the Lattafa Fakhar is Lattafa is a bit harsher, it's a little bit sharper. It's not like repulsingly synthetic, but it is a bit more synthetic. This one's a bit smoother and more rounded, more polished. That one is sweeter and more playful. This one is more laid back and actually classy at the same time. Performance-wise, this one I get a good 6.5 hours every time. I did a few comparisons, and my most recent was when I ran and put some on this hand and one on this one. This one was virtually off my hand. This one was not. So this one, as much as I wanted to say would perform good, the best I got was a good average 5 hours, 4.5 to 5 hours. Even if I dialed the sprays up, it didn't really amp up the performance too much at all. Overall, the scent profile on this one is cleaner, it's got more depth, it's nicer, it's easier on the nose. This one is just a more kind of pleasing smell. Now, I love the way this thing smells, so I'm not trashing it, I'm not dogging it. I love this thing. I like it so much I got it for my pastor as a gift because I knew he would like it. Everybody pretty much likes this thing. It's extremely versatile, works in any kind of environment. But this one's just a little bit more polished than this one, and like I said, more classy. This one's more playful. So this one's $17.99 or so. This one's about $24.99 or so. Smells better, better performance. Not that much better smelling, not that much better performance, so I'll leave that decision up to you. Is it redundant to have both of them? And I'm kind of leaning more towards the no. Now you can tell that these are both in that same scent profile, but they're only about 80 to 85% similar. They're kind of that much different. This one, like I said, is a lot sharper, sweeter, more playful. This one is just like the classier version of this with, like you can almost pick out like the lemon and the apple, and they're almost more believable than this one. This one kind of has like some spices. There's not any cinnamon listed or nutmeg, but I kind of get that vibe in this. This one still has that, maintains a Middle Eastern spiciness. I don't know if it's the ginger and the cedar or like the sage, which can sometimes have like a spicy nuance, giving it that cinnamon vibe, versus this one. When you compare them side to side, you can definitely pick up on that quite easily. So, overall rating on both of these, they're both an 8 to me. If this one was dialed up more on the performance, I'd give it an 8.5, but I can't. I can only give both only. That's a really good rating, is an 8. If you know me, you know that I love this fragrance, so I also love this one. I'm gonna definitely spend more time with this one. It helps me put this one back on the shelf because I've been using this thing a lot, so I'm glad that I picked this one up. It's definitely worth $24. There's no doubt about it. This thing smells much more expensive than that because it is not really tickling on the nose or sharp or offensive whatsoever. So overall, this is a fantastic fragrance. I just wish the performance was a little bit better, but I enjoy having this fragrance. So that's my final thoughts on Maison Alhambras. Yeah, with that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed, take care of yourself always, and until next time.